So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Radio Budget. Today we're going to talk about two topics which are very controversial. We have here lots of guests, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. I have here my host, also Agustin. Hello. Well, Agustin, so you want to ask someone about something?
Yes, Alberto, do you think that the feminism is good?
Yes, I think that it's good for the society and for everyone
And why?
because it's equality for all and for the women too. It's very good.
So now, asking about the same topic, now I'm going to ask to another guest. Hello, guest, how are you? So there has been this new thing, this controversy about feminism, and it's the government is thinking of applying a new subject in public schools, which is feminism. Do you think it should be applied? No. Why?
I think that no, in my opinion, I will not put it like as a subject. But I think that it's important that, in my opinion, students and teachers should speak more about this topic at school.
Interesting answer. Now, so let's ask someone, like for example, Lucia Molina, are you there? Okay, so what is okay, Lucia Molina, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm great, thank you for asking. So this question is, do you think, like for example, there has been this problem with, for example, feminism, they have been destroying some public spaces. Do you think it's justified, like the fighting of equality between men and women to destroy public places?
So, can you talk louder? I don't hear you.
Do you think, because there has been this thing in feminist agrupations, the feminists have started to break public space. Do you think it's justified to break public space in order to search for equality between men and women?
I think that the violence is not the something to fix the problems. And when you are discussing something and you start with violence and say that it's for the cause, you lose the the thing.
Reason.
What thing? You say for the cause, you lose the thing.
You
You-
lose-
you-
The I don't know how to say it.
Yes, the right to.
Yes.
You lose your right, let's say, to defend. Yes, I think to
Yeah.
defend what your interest, what you think.
Yes, what you are fighting for. You are discussing
That's right.
something and you.
Good. That's better expressed, I think, like that. Not the thing. We don't say the thing here.
Okay. So thank you, Lucia.
Monica, what do you think about the difference of salary difference?
I mean,
I think that that's a problem because you
so to help our guest here, Monica. So I'm going to give you something. In law, it's completely prohibited to make a difference between women and men to have different salaries. Okay, so if you have the same work, same responsibilities, and same hours, it's illegal to get paid less just for the reason of being woman. Do you think that, for example, women should go to police and say, "Hey, I'm being paid less for being a woman"?
yes.
Yes, it's actually it's unfair, right? Okay, so I have really another question, and this one is really, really, really important. So, for example, Ana Rodriguez, there has been this law which was supposed to protect women from the aggression for men. It's called the gender violence law. Do you know that?
Yes, I know.
So, do you think that it's justified protecting one group of people that the other group is completely accused without no proof?
No, I think we should protect both. Like,
Both.
if we want equality, we need to protect both.
So, just about what you said, Ana Romano, are you there?
Yes, hi, Jose Luis.
So, just what Ana said, she said that we should protect both. Do you think that changing that law into a law that protects both groups of people is a good idea? Or just we should keep it like that?
I personally believe that that law isn't really doing anything nowadays, neither for women or for men, since it is changing nothing. But I think that if we were to change it, I think we should change it to include also men in the discussion and to protect both men and women.
Okay, that's an interesting opinion. Thank you, Anna. So, with that, we will come back from the break and see you with the next topic. Welcome back to the radio of Obagi. Now we are going to talk about a new topic. This topic is the management of the government in the pandemic. So,
Can I say something before we move on? It's Valley FM. It's Valley FM.
what? Valley
It's
FM.
not Radio El
Valley
Valle or
FM.
anything. I've worked really hard for many years
Okay, Valley
to
FM.
put this radio where it belongs. Valley FM is what everybody knows.
Okay, so
So, Diego Juarez, are you there?
He's always that. Yeah. Diego, don't make me look bad. Diego. Oh no.
Marta Pascual is there?
please ask.
No one's there.
Carlos Mesa is there?
I think you
We have some technical problems. They don't seem to be. Listening to us. They can't hear us.
Delia Casasus is there?
I don't think anyone is there. So let's just make do with what we have here. With who we have.
Carlos, go
They are
out of
in the
go out of the call.
Marcos. what do you think about the?
So, for example, Sergio Graciano, about what Marcos said, do you agree with him?
Yeah, I agree with him because it's it's thing that the government is not prepared from the pandemic and the people when we are not confident the people say the people do the all do all things that we are not going to have to do
So
to
about
prepare with the COVID.
yeah, about everything that you said, what would you have done in order to make it better, to have a better situation in Spain?
It's, I think that the people have to go to the street only for the special things, and the commercial are not going to open.
So you
Anna
don't-
from home said that she thinks that the government act late.
the government what, sir?
Act late.
Actually,
Act late, okay.
Acted late.
That's actually interesting, but also there's have been, you know, Agustin, there has been this thing about the group of experts. What do you think the people think about that?
Well, I am. So, Bonhoeffer, what do you think about the experts?
What? Can you repeat the question, please?
What do you think about the experts that think
Ah,
things
yeah.
that?
Okay,
The experts in the government of Spain.
yeah.
Those experts doesn't exist. The government tell us a lie all the pandemic, and when the pandemic semi-ended, they just say the truth and they said that expert never have existed. And yes, so I think the government just took measurements by their own way without knowing, without any precautions, and that's how we are today.
Okay, so in relation with our last topic, during the pandemic, there was this groupation of feminist people. It's called the AM. I don't know if anyone here knows it, but the government told people to go to that place, and instead of stopping the people from going there, or at least saying them, don't go. So, for example, Nacho Roman, what do you think that the government let people went to that manifestation, to football things, into every place? They let everyone go. What do you think about that?
I think that government don't think about the consequence of that. that issue.
So, in your opinion, what do you think they were thinking about when they told people, hey, go to the manifestation of the feminists?
I don't know, but
You don't know.
Social improvement.
So, okay, our guest here, Marta, is talking about something. What do you think that
Social improvement.
social improvement?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Because if they don't let people go to 8
8 m. Yeah.
pues they are going
Do you
to
think they lose
get
votes?
out. Yes.
Oh, so interesting. Actually, that's a very good idea. So now I am asking to Ana Romano, and it's this question. I guess you are there. I don't know. So my question is: some people think that the fault of the situation in Spain is from Madrid and mostly from the president of the community, Ayuso. Do you really think that? Do you think that it was her fault?
I don't think it was her fault. I think the government acted late. I think the manifestation should have been cancelled as soon as we saw the spike in cases that there had been,
Sorry
and
to
they
cut
should
you
have
off,
known.
Anna.
that it could have been dangerous for the people.
She doesn't hear.
And I think it wasn't Nadiu's fault. I think it was the government's fault.
Anna, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ah, sorry. I was trying to cut you off, but I couldn't. We keep saying manifestation, but that means something else in English. We're looking for the word demonstration here, okay? Demonstration. Okay? It's a false trend in English. Both are, I think, between languages. Demonstration and manifestation. Anyway. Yes, very interesting what you said. Thanks.
Okay. So. Okay, so but that doesn't mean the last thing. That there's like lots of topics inside of this topic. Like for example, anyone here, I don't know if you know this, but for example, Daniel friend, let me ask you this. So the government bought tests. Okay, so the government bought tests in order to prove if someone is infected, but those tests were fake. Okay, they were bad, and they bought again the same test to the same company, and again they were fake. What do you think about that?
I think that the test may be bad, they may be in the worst conditions, but also the government has covered a lot of cases in the pandemic. For example, nowadays we have 1,000 more cases than in the pandemic, and that seems impossible. And that's what because the government in the pandemic, through all the pandemic, they have been covered a lot of cases.
Okay, so they have. It is true actually what you said. The government covered lots of infected people and deaths. So, in order to finish this topic, I'm going to ask Ines Vega here. We all talked. We all said some information about the government way of gestioning the pandemic. So, what will you say that it was like? It was good or bad after listening to all this? Do you think that it was good or bad after listening to this?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, sorry. So, I think. Do you think it was good or bad? Good. Good.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, that's the very good. With this last question, we end today's ballet FM. And I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you